The story would begin in Frieza's ship. Frieza would say, "Damn, that stupid Goku completely overcame my powers using the transformation called Ultra Instinct. If I stay with my arms crossed, maybe even Vegeta's dwarf will surpass me." To which one of Frieza's soldiers commented, "Mr. Frieza, if those Saiyans continue to increase their power, you will never be able to fulfill their vengeance." Now Frieza got angry. This would charge energy on his finger pointed at the soldier. "Do you think I don't know that, soldier? Better close your mouth if you don't want me to kill you." The very frightened soldier would say, "Mr. Frieza, please don't hurt me. I just want to give you some advice." "A tip? What advice can someone as weak as you give me?" The soldier, trembling with fear, would say, "Lord, you're a prodigy of fights in just 4 months. I reached a great power that took them years. What it did in years, you did in a few months. Imagine the power you can get if you train for at least 5 years. I'm sure you could even surpass the destructive god Beerus." Frieza would lower his hand, disappearing his energy charge. "I see you are a smart soldier. Your mouth is full of reason. Although 5 years is a long time, it will be worth it." "Sir, did I just come to you to say that?" "Do you have anything else interesting to tell me?" Soldado would say, "Lord, I learned that on planet Earth, precisely where these Saiyans live, there is a special room." "Special room? What are you talking about?" "I think they call it the time room. It's a place where time passes much faster. 1 day in human time equals a year inside that place. You could get a lot out of that room." Frieza would say, "Interesting. I remember seeing or hearing something similar when he was dead, and Majin Buu threatened to destroy the world. Tell me something, soldier. How did someone like you know of all this information?" The soldier would get nervous and say, "I have an acquaintance who is friends with those Saiyans. He gave me all the information." "I see. And tell me about this friend of yours. Does he know that you work for me, Lord Frieza?" "I think not, sir." "Very interesting. Soldiers like you are the ones I need. Although if I go to the planet where Goku and the others are, it is most likely that a great scandal will be made." After Frieza thought everything calmly, he would decide to go. Well, he was also one of the participants of the Force Tournament who led to victory in Universe 7. Soldier would say, "Very well. We will participate everything to reach that planet." At the very moment, the entire planet of Beerus would be shaking heavily. Whis would say, "Mr. Beerus, training? What happened, Mr. Beerus? Has he hit himself or something?" Beerus would say, "Don't bother me, Whis. I just want to become stronger." Whis would say, "Lord, tell me what is happening. For a few days ago, you have been behaving strangely." Beerus would say, "Garo Volvio." Whis would say, "Talk about the guy who's always beat you in fights since you were a kid." Beerus would say, "That's right. Champa told me. Garo arrived on the planet of Champa, and he challenged him to a fight. Champa was defeated. It is more than obvious that this guy will also come to challenge me." Whis would say, "I see. That's why you've been training." Beerus would say, "That is not the only reason." Whis would reply, "Is there any other reason?" "I can't let Goku and Vegeta surpass my powers. Goku reached Ultra Instinct. I realized that I can't stay behind. Imagine what would happen if those two were revealed to me when they found out from Frieza that I was the one who ordered the end of the Saiyan race. I don't want to kill Goku or Vegeta. They could serve me if something like the Tournament of Power is repeated. So if I see Frieza again, I will destroy him." Meanwhile, on planet Earth, Goku would say, "Damn, after the tournament, I have not used the transformation of Ultra Instinct again. I wonder, how can I use that power again?" Chi-Chi would say, "Something happened, Goku?" "It's nothing, Chi-Chi." "I see. You're very stressed. Is it because you haven't trained all this week to spend time with your family?" "Not that, Chi-Chi." Chi-Chi smiles and says, "Goku, come to sleep with me and Goten. They've already fallen asleep. It would pass the whole night very quickly." Goku wakes up. Chi-Chi would have a great breakfast ready for Goku. Goku would say, "Whoa, you went out of the way for this Chi-Chi breakfast." Chi-Chi would say, "That's what the strongest man in the world deserves." Goku would say, "The strongest? No, I'm not the strongest. There are many warriors who would easily surpass me." Goten would say, "If like Mr. Beerus, no one can against him." "It is true that Mr. Beerus is very strong. Even if he used all my power, or could use Ultra Instinct, I'm not sure I can beat him." "Then after eating that delicious breakfast I made for you, will you immediately go to train? I won't be happy until I know I'm married to the strongest man in the world." Goku would smile and say, "Very well. After this meal, I'll go to train with Vegeta." Goten would say, "Father, I learned that Dende modified the time room." Goku would say, "Dende modified the time room?" "That's right. Now 1 day on Earth is equivalent to 10 years inside the room." "That's impressive. Then I will go with Vegeta to try the new modifications on the room." Goku, after eating breakfast, flies in the direction in the Capsule Corporation. Bulma would say, "Hello, Goku. I imagine you're looking for Vegeta." "That's right. I just found out that they modified the time room to be able to train longer. I wanted to ask Vegeta if he wanted to train with me." "I'm sorry to tell you that Vegeta is training with Mr. Whis. He left yesterday." Goku would say, "I see. It's a pity." At that very moment, Frieza's ship would be entering planet Earth. Suddenly, Goku feels a great presence. Bulma would say, "Something happens, Goku?" "It's nothing." "Then I'll go alone and try the room." Goku flies away and says, "If I'm not mistaken, this is the presence of Frieza." Dende, Krillin, Piccolo, Tenshin, Pan would feel the presence. These would be in the temple next to Dende. Krillin would say, "It's Frieza." Piccolo would say, "That damn sure came to cause trouble." Tenshin would say, "I hope, and don't come up with an idea of assassinating Goku." Frieza's ship lands successfully. The soldier says, "We have arrived, Great Frieza." Frieza would say, "About time. You did not cause any scandal. Take care of the ship while I come back." The soldier would say, "Yes." Frieza disappears. Piccolo says, Damn, what reason will you have for coming to Earth after having fought alongside us?" Frieza appears in the temple. Dende says, "It's Frieza." Frieza would say, "It's nice to see you again." Krillin would say, "Damn, you came to kill Goku?" Frieza would say, "No. At the moment, I do not have that in my plans. Calm down, I will not kill you. I just came to use that room to increase my powers." Piccolo would say, "That room?" Frieza would say, "If that place you call the time room." Goku arrives at the temple. Piccolo would say, "But if it's Goku?" "I cause them so much fear that everyone has come to receive me. I just came to use the time room and become stronger." Krillin would say, "You're not a guy to be trusted. Isn't it true, Goku?" Goku would say, "Are you coming to use the time room? When I felt your presence, I thought you were coming to look for a fight. I also came to use the time room, but you arrived first. So the fairest thing would be that you use it first." Piccolo would say, "But what are you talking about, Goku? We can't trust Frieza." "But why not, Piccolo? Remember that thanks to Frieza we won the Tournament of Strength. Besides, if he does something strange, I will stop him myself." Frieza says, "It is seen that the damage I caused to you was so great, that just by seeing me, you'd think that I want to kill you. I inform you that my life does not revolve around you worms." Piccolo would be angered by Frieza's words. "I imagine that room is inside the temple." "That's right." Piccolo would say, "Goku, what do you do when Frieza becomes stronger thanks to the room and wants to kill you? Remember that Frieza has just 4 months equaled you, and Vegeta, who has trained for years." Goku would say, "Calm down, Piccolo. Won't do something like that." "True, Frieza?" Frieza would say, "I promise I won't kill them when I leave the room." "Don't lie, Frieza. We know that one of your goals is to kill Goku. You've always had great hatred towards him. So if you wanted to do it once and for all, and don't pretend." "It's okay. I admit to ending Goku. That is something that I've been pending. But as I said, it's not my only goal. Also, I'm sure Goku would be liking to know my true power only if I train several years in that room. Goku would be excited." Goku would say, "In 4 months you equal my power of Super Saiyan Blue. So in a few years you could bring spectacular power." Tendi would say, "If Goku is sure of it, by my Frieza can enter. It is also true that thanks to him in this universe continues to exist." Piccolo would be angry as everyone gave Frieza permission to train in the room. Goku and Dende would take Frieza to the door of the room, but the Emperor would enter. Krillin would say, "I can't imagine the terrifying power Frieza will bring when he leaves the room." Frieza would say, "I will train 10 years." Everyone is surprised. Piccolo would say, "That's a long time." Goku would say, "Leave it alone, Piccolo. He will train as long as necessary. Then he will leave the planet and continue on his way." Piccolo would say, "All of you stupid worms." Piccolo hits Goku by surprise, causing Goku to fall into the time room next to Frieza. Piccolo says, "Solutions your nonsense inside the room. We will have more than time to fix your personal problems." Piccolo would exclaim, which would close the door of the room of time. Piccolo would charge power by throwing it into the room, destroying the place completely so they can't get out.